to talk to you about this love triangle and about the guys and about their chemistry and about the tension and about jealousy that's going on in this book. An update, guys, will sound like I'm so enjoying the book. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we have our second vlog, our second reading vlog with Throne of Glass. I guess you're like already familiar with the type of the video we're going to do today, so without further ado, let's get into it. Let's catch up on where we are. Actually, take a look. I had a picture of my boyfriend and I used one marker and I put something on the picture and I like it so much. I think I will do it for all the photos I have in the black and white color. But that's fine. Sorry about that. Let's catch up on where we at now, because I already started reading this book and I'm already some percent in. So 23% in. I am on the chapter 12 and I like it. I should say that I do not regret reading Assassin's Blade first, not even like a tiny bit. I think it was like the perfect decision to start with Assassin's Blade, because now when she mentioned some things that happened in that book, I already know what she's talking about. Like when she mentioned the people she met, when she mentioned the deserted silent assassin's place where she was training for 3 months or 1 month, I already know what this thing is, like what she's talking about. Though I can see why people start with the Throne of Glass book and then read Assassin's Blade, which also makes sense. Throne of Glass is taking place 1 year after Assassin's Blade, so she spent 1 year in the salt mines, the place where they sent her to be a slave. So she's been working there and they treated her really badly. She had so many scars, especially on her back, which is really scary. I saw some pictures on Pinterest, like fan art, and it's really bad. But the king in that series, he is looking for his champion, how he calls this, but basically for a person who will kill people for him, so be like the main assassin, but they don't call the person like assassin. He's looking for the champion. So it's basically gonna be like a trial book. Each main person who works for the king, including Prince, so his son, they had all to bring the best people who they think can take part in the trials. And this prince, his name is Dorian, and he went to salt mines for Selena and he asked her to come with him and take a part in the trials. She's back to her town. I love the guard, Kale, his name. He is nice and funny, and he's only 22 years old. And I don't know, I was thinking that this book will be really sad, but it is not. And she was so happy to leave that place. And when they were riding with Kale, Selena was talking to him, and it was so funny because he didn't want to talk to her. He's like the main guard, he's work for the king, and he's all about the rules, and he thinks that she killed like so many people. He treats her as a prisoner, as someone who committed so many crimes and stuff. But she was so funny. She was talking to him and she was asking him so many questions, and they were like together, and she's like, so are you married? And he's like, no. Oh yeah, I'm not married neither. Girl, they all know you're not married. Having fun, and then they came to that glass castle. And at first, when we met Dorian, the prince, I was thinking he might be just like his father, like a bad guy, but he despises his father, and you can see it in his like statements and everything. He doesn't like the castle, he doesn't like talking to his dad, he doesn't like the way he rules, and he's funny. And she loves reading books, so when she was in the castle, she and Kale, they went to the big library, and the guard told her like, no, you won't be able to read any books because it's the private library for the family members of the crown, so you should ask a king or a prince for the approval. And she wrote him a letter, and he replied to her, and it was funny. And he gave her his own books, like 7 books that he already finished, and she was reading his recommendations. So I feel like vibes are vibing. I feel like 2 guys are so nice, and the way that Kale, sorry if I say his name wrong, I'm always scared to say his name wrong, so I'm checking the spelling of his name, Kale. And he like despises her, kinda. I feel like he likes her, but he never shows it to her. But it's so funny that she thinks he hates her, and she's like, but you know, now that I'm they told her that she will be on the trials with like a different name, because if everyone knew that she was that famous assassin and that she was so young, that everyone was like scared of a 16 years old girl, it would be like embarrassing. So she's now under the different name. And this is so funny how she's like, Kale, but if I have another name now, and in my history now I am just a jewelry thief, can you like at least be more nice to me? They started talking about magic and fair, so we are to see magic returns to the lands because it disappeared. Like the skin, he like dismissed all the magic, but I feel like she also has something, because she was telling just a little bit about her past, and she was like, I had some magic. The king of Adarlan had outlawed it all, magic, fair, fairies, and removed any trace of them. Even those who had magic in their blood almost believed it had never really existed, Selena herself being one of them. I am enjoying this book, okay? It's much, much better than the Assassin's Blade, and not because Assassin's Blade is like a bad book, no. I actually think it was a really nice one, but I'm enjoying Throne of Glass so much. Also, why no one told me that book will have a love triangle, and like a really good love triangle, because I've been reading Yesterday Till the Night, and I like both. So basically, she has now Prince Dorian and a guard. I love Selena here, and I actually, now she's like in her trials, and no one knows her real name. She goes by Lillian or something, and I'm so curious how they will react when she tells them her real name. And I'm like waiting for this one for sure. Like, she's the best, and she tries not to be the best, so Kale always asks her to be like in the middle on all the trials, so she can like not be a threat to other guys, because they're all like big and with muscles, but they're not as smart as her and as skilled as her. So I'm curious how this is gonna be. So chapter 20, when she was alone in her room and she started playing, and it was the first time she mentioned Sam. So she started playing that play, something really sad, and she said that she was surprised that her hands hadn't forgotten, that somewhere in her mind, after a year of darkness and slavery, music was still alive and breathing, that somewhere between the notes was Sam. This is sad. So it was the first time she mentioned him, and then Dorian, Prince, he came to her room and he started talking to her, and he was like, I apologize if I interrupted. He wondered at her discomfort as she turned red, because she was playing and she was thinking about Sam and like the past, and everything that happened in Assassin's Blade, everything that happened the year before she was sent to that slavery and prison, basically. So when I was reading this book, I was just like, God, just please don't talk to her about that, don't talk to her. And this chapter made me think and like wonder how people feel when they read Throne of Glass first. Like, how does it feel to read Throne of Glass and then later to read Assassin's Blade? Like, I feel it's still emotional damage for sure. That book will give you emotional damage either way, like either order you read it. But do people feel confused when she mentioned Sam? Maybe no, right? Because in some books we like hear people saying, like in the beginning of fantasy, it's like okay to hear the main character saying something of her past and like mentioning some people we like think we will like meet them later. So I feel like it's okay. But I'm also wondering in which order Sarah J Maas wrote this series. I feel like Assassin's Blade could have been first book that she wrote, and then she decided to make it like a trick and to put it like the third book, because like, what do you mean? She wrote Throne of Glass first, then she wrote the second book. I don't remember the name of the second book in the series, and then she did Assassin's Blade. But how did she put everything like together, all the puzzles? So she now mentions everything that happened in the first book, like Selena. She talks about the girl she met in that deserted land when she was fighting with silent assassins, when she was training with silent assassins. She mentioned Arabin and their history, and she mentioned how she paid him back and how he spent those money, but she doesn't tell like the full story, but she mentioned this and like stops. So I'm just curious, if Sarah did write Throne of Glass first, how did she manage to put all the details to the Assassin's Blade? So I feel like maybe she did like Assassin's Blade first and then other books, but who knows. I'm also curious about her interview, the one that came out last year. The interview where she told us that she will publish ACOTAR 6 and 7, and I will watch it later when I finish Throne of Glass because I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm so curious to hear her talking, and maybe there are some questions about the Throne of Glass as well. So we are on chapter 20, and he started like asking, and also I feel like the jealousy here is like wow, because Dorian, he noticed that Kale, he likes the girl. So Kale, he doesn't show that he likes Selena because she is a criminal and he is the main guards. Like he guards King, and he's like all full of the good qualities that guards possess, and she is everything he's not. She's a criminal and he thinks that she killed so many people and got money for that, but he slowly began to know more about her and ask her about her life and her past. And every time she tells him how she was trained, I feel like he doesn't reply because he feels sad about her life. He feels sad about her history, the fact that she didn't have a choice actually, and he starts to like her. And Prince Dorian, I feel he knows that Ko likes her and he feels jealous because he also likes her. And Sarah gave us both of the guys' posts as well, so in each we hear them thinking about Selena. I liked Kale more. I still like him more, I think, of the prince. Not only because he looks better to me, to my taste, he's like my, I don't know, crush, but because we also see him more with her. And finally Prince came, and before he came to her, she told him like, you never even asked about the book you gave me. Why? And he came to her room and he was like, so did you like the books? I don't know, this gives me such a joy. I was reading, I was just giggling in this book, I don't know. And then he was asking her about the book, the melody she was playing. And what was that piece? It was so sad. Were you thinking about a secret lover? And he winked. And I was like, no, don't do this. And she's like, I practiced. And yes, I was. Tell me something before I leave. This mysterious lover of yours, he doesn't live in the castle, does he? And he instantly knew he said the wrong thing because some of the light vanished from her eyes. Good night, she said. Dorian shook his head. I didn't mean to. And then he was leaving and she said, his name was Sam. What happened? He died. When? 13 months ago. I love that she is so smart, so I feel like Dorian, his life in the castle made him feel so boring. Like all the people who surround him, they make him feel boring. Like they all are the same, they all are trying to get his attention, and she is something nice, something new, something interesting, which is always happens in the fantasy books. Girls, they always can control their tones and they just say what they wish to say. The same thing that happened with Fairy and Rysand. And the guys, they were always thinking like, how she dare talking to me like this if I am a prince and she needs to be like polite and always say your highness. He asked her like, don't you know who you're talking to? And she replied, my dear prince, you are alone in my rooms. The hallway doors is very far away. I can see wherever I wish. He burst out laughing. She sat up and watched him. Her head tilted to the side. Her cheeks were flushed, making her blue eyes even brighter. Did she know what he might have wanted to do with her if she wasn't a narcissist? I actually thought there won't be like love triangles. I usually don't like them because I know in the beginning who she will end up with. And in this case, I'm kinda voting for Kale because I like him more, and I feel like this is gonna keep enemies to lovers, but also Prince because he just came recently and we didn't have much of him, so maybe he's also like really nice. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about this love triangle and about the guys and about their chemistry and about the tension and about jealousy that's going on in this book. An update, guys, will sound like I'm so enjoying the book. Oh, I love it so much. I love the chemistry and tension between the main characters. I usually am not a fan of love triangles in the books, but this is kind of interesting because I like Kale more, but I also kind of like Dorian. I feel like I want to see him more to like have an opinion on him, but I feel like he also have some nice things in him, like he hates his dad, which I like because the king is really awful. So like I'm not sure, and they have so much tension, and I feel like Selena, she likes Dorian more, but I like Kale more and I want her to like him, but that's fine. I am on 68% of the book, so chapter 36, and let's see some quotes. Let's see what was going on in the book so I can like give you a brief review or like something. So there was so much tension. I don't know if I should give you like all the quotes that I put in here because there's so many. So Dorian, he's been coming to her rooms often, and he likes her. He like wants to talk to her a lot, and I was feeling that he's not good for her because at first he told like, I'm so bored of the same women talking to me, they all like the same, and she's like something new, something interesting. And I was like, if you like her just because she's something new, something interesting, it's not what I want. Okay. And Kale, he like denies that he likes her, and he always like remind himself that she's just the criminal. And every time we have his pov, he's looking at her and he's like, yeah, she's beautiful, but you can see that she's dangerous, like in her face you can see that what damage she can do. And he see her potential, and he see how strong and powerful she is and what she can actually do. And when Dorian looks at her, he's like, oh, she's so beautiful, oh, she's so nice, oh, I know she's dangerous, but no, I feel like when I'm with her I feel so safe, and I don't know, I feel like noticed and seen and stuff. And I don't know, because I feel like she will be with Dorian because she told him more private things, like about Sam and why she likes music so much. Like all their dialogues are more deep than with Kale, but I like Kale so much. The interesting thing that happened, and I highlighted so much of them, is that there is a sarcophagus, right? One night she was walking down the passage again, and she came to one room, and there was like a sarcophagus of two people: Gavin, the first king of Adarlan, and Elena, the first princess of Terrasen, Brennan's daughter and Gavin's wife and queen. So Elena, this woman, this dead queen, she started talking to her, and she told her that there's some evil in the castle and she is the only person who can defeat this evil, but she needs to win this championship. She needs to win and be king's champion. And Elena, she asked Selena to win and then to take away the evil that is in the castle. The fact that Elena is the princess of Terrasen, so she has like this pointed ears, it means she's like a fair. And Selena is also from Terrasen. And I'm thinking, because we don't know her past, what if she has roots? What if she is also like a daughter or something? What if she's a princess of Terrasen? Because we don't know. And yeah, we don't even know her real name, because Selena is the name Arabin gave her when he found her. So that's interesting. And since that night, the queen told her like, I've risked so much to come to you, and there is evil dwells in the castle, something wicked enough to make the star quick, and you must stop it. And she's like, what? You must win this competition and become the king's champion. You understand the people's plight. Irelia needs you as the king's champion. And then she told her, you were led here, but not by me. I was led here too. Someone wants you to learn. Someone wants you to see. And it's interesting. Why her? And then in the end she told her like, courage of heart is very rare. Let it guide you. And since then she had her trials, and so many champions died during this time when they're in the castle. And Selena thinks that this evil Elena was talking to her about is not only the thing that dwells in the castle and like in the kingdom, but also the thing that keeps killing champions. And she's scared like maybe this thing could kill her as well, like, you know. And yeah, the trials are going, and I like the part when she kicked one guy's ass, and I was like so nice. So I really like her in this book. In the first book I was thinking she was too arrogant, but now I like her arrogance. I want her arrogance even more, because like, yeah, girl, show them what you got. And yeah, I'm so much enjoying this book. I don't know, wow. At first I was scared, maybe it's gonna be a boring series, but no, it's interesting. I love trials. I love there's some mystery and suspense. I love the love triangle, even though I swear to never like love triangles. Elena, she gave her the necklace, and she told her that she needs to wear it all the time because it will save her life. And then when Dorian saw the necklace, he was like, what is this necklace? And she's like, no, I just found it somewhere. And he told her like, it really looks like the first Queens of Adelan necklace, like Elena necklace. And it's called like the Eye of Elena. It's been lost for centuries, and she has it. And she was like, how he knows everything, and he reads books as well as her. So I like him, but I want to see more of him. If you love the way she talks to everyone, I love the way she like so straightforward, so like brave, and like not controlling herself and saying anything. And it was so funny when the girl who helps her with her stuff, like dressing and everything, Philippa, she came to her and she was like, you ate so many candies, now your mouth is like so dirty, so if you can keep your mouth shut, then no one will notice. And she was like, you and me, we both know this will not happen. And they were laughing because yeah, she's like talking and she's saying whatever she wants to say, whatever she wishes. And I love the way she talks to Prince. She's like never thinking that he's like His Highness. And in the last chapters, when she told him like, oh sorry, I didn't mean to harm you, Your Highness. And he was like, Dorian, it's not Your Highness, it's Dorian. Say it, say my name. Oh, what are you doing? So I mean, yeah, sometimes I feel like that guy. So I'm so confused now, guys. I hate love triangles because in this case, I don't know. I have finished Throne of Glass book, and what can I say is that I love that book. I love that book. I'm excited for the whole series. I have started reading The Crown of the Midnight already, so I'm not sure if it's gonna be in the next vlog, if I will do the same thing, or maybe I will read The Crown of the Midnight nicely, just enjoy, and then in the end when I will finish, I will just film my thoughts about it, because making this reading vlogs, they take so much energy and time, and every time I'm reading and I'm enjoying, I feel like, no, I can enjoy, I need to film my reactions, and you know, it makes me anxious. So let's say that Throne of Glass, I'm giving it 4 stars. Still, it's not like 5 stars, it's not like everything. I feel like it's getting better, and there will be much even more better books, maybe even The Crown of the Midnight. But I loved everything. I love the plot twist, I love the story development, I love that we have kind of like signs of the magic coming up in the book, and some fair and things. There were a few things I didn't like, and we have love triangle as well. So in the end, she didn't stay with the prince, and maybe in this book, The Crown of the Midnight, she will have some relationship with Gale, which makes me happy because I love the guy so much. Okay, I love him. And in the end, she was like, she told Prince that because I am a champion, I can't be with you anymore, and he was like, as you wish. So I feel like she will be with Gale because he tried to save her. I don't know if Prince wanted to help her in the last trial. I felt like he was under spell, so he couldn't do anything. but what if he just was not under any spell and he just didn't do shit? So I love when guys in the fantasy books are like Zayden, are like risen, like I'm gonna kill for the woman, you know. And Gale is giving me this vibes. He killed a guy in the end. He killed Cain, and I hate King. And you know what? This series, the first book, the Throne of Glass, remind me first of Powerless series by Lauren something. So it reminds me of Powerless series because like love triangle, trials and stuff, and then it reminds me of Zodiac Academy because of the king, like this evil king. But actually, in both, in like Powerless and in the Zodiac Academy, there was like there was an evil king, you know. And I hate this. He remind me of Lionel Acros. I don't know how to spell the name, but in the Zodiac Academy, and I hate the guy so much, and I don't want this series to have this big emotional damaging cliffhangers because I hated Zodiac Academy. Like each book was giving me more pain than it was giving me happiness, you know. Like I hate those books so much. They broke me in all the possible ways. I hope this series won't be like that, but also maybe. And yeah, I just wanted to give you one quote. And the last thing that I wanted to tell you about just in general Sarah J Maas books, I saw one edit with her interview. I haven't watched the interview yet, but I saw just one part when she was talking about book with Nesta, and she said like everyone is hating that book, but for me it's like dear to my heart because when I was writing that book, I was finishing my therapy, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Her books really do help with like mental health, and I love this in fantasy. I don't know if you notice, let me know in the comments, like people with anxiety and people with trauma, people who like face something in their past. I know that there's so many psychological books, but I feel like reading fantasy really helps. Like when you see people going through so many things, going through so much trauma, and how they like getting back to themselves. That's why A Court of Silver Flames is gonna be my second favorite book in ACOTAR series because of the way Sarah J Maas showed us Nesta's journey from when she lost herself to the point when she found herself and learned how to face her trauma, you know, if you know what I mean. And in this book, I just wanted to give you one quote. Selena, she had so many bad things. Even from her childhood, like she is so broken inside, but she like puts a huge wall, and you can see how in the book when someone reminds her of the things, she just like pushing it back into herself just not to think about it. So she faced so many bad things and she was still smiling, and that's what like resonated with me, because sometimes I feel so sad. Like I don't know, this year is just getting my ass, guys. And I don't know, I feel like every book that you're reading, they happen in your life in the exact moment when you need them. And I feel like these books are not just random books, are not just the books that I decided to read this year. No, I feel like I needed to read them. I needed to hear this. And in the end of Throne of Glass, when she told Kale that she break up with Dorian, he was thinking and he said to himself the quote: there is still something soft in her face. It gave him hope. Hope that he had not lost his soul in the act of killing. Hope that humanity could still be found and honor could be regained. She had come out of Endover and could still love. Yeah, so she had been through difficult things, but she could still love. And yeah, I don't know if it was like important thing to say, if it like resonates with you, with anyone, but I just caught myself on thinking about this last night when I started feeling anxious, and I started remembering all the quotes from like Silver Flames and from this book, and just telling myself that, you know, you just have to learn how to live with this. Don't let the bad days win. And I love Sarah J. Maas for this, not only for the amazing, fascinating stories she did with Akatar and Throne of Glass, how interesting how she made those characters, but I love that she put such important, like significant things into her books with mental health things, like how people work through this. She like made a really nice job with this, I feel like, and it really resonates with me. It makes me feel better, honestly, like remembering those quotes, remembering those characters makes me feel seen, makes me feel like I'm not alone in this, you know, in the mental health journey. So yeah, that's basically all the things I wanted to tell her. I won't go into the details about the book because I will just basically retell you the whole book. You should definitely read it if you haven't read the book yet, the series. So 2 books are done, both 4 stars, and I'm starting the next one, and I will make another vlog, but it's gonna be in a little bit of different format. It's just gonna be when I finish the book and I just tell you about it, if that's okay. Or maybe I will finish 2 next books and then I will make a video with both of them for you, because I just want to enjoy it. I feel like the story is getting so interesting. I'm like so into the story. I just don't want to interrupt myself in the middle of reading and just feel anxious about putting this into the video for you guys. I won't take your time anymore, and thank you for watching this video. I would really appreciate if you like this video and subscribe to this channel. Let me know in the comments if you want to see something more, something else, like different formats of the video, or like something you are interested in. And remember that you're not alone. Even if you're going through a really dark time in your life, you are not alone, and you deserve everything good in life. You deserve everything good in life, okay? I'll see you guys when I see you guys.